Hi guys, and welcome to Candid with Lady T podcast. That's with me. This is the podcast where I dive into many topics and issues relating to relationships, life, politics, pop culture, and so much more. Today's topic, we are going to be talking about the dreaded 2-word that every female and male hates to be in. And I've been in this. And when I found out when I was, it was I first of all took it in, and then I laughed because that's all I could do because I couldn't cry. So, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, I'm talking about that zone, again, the zone that nobody likes to be in, the friend zone. Yes, the friend zone. And this all came about just randomly. These are the things that just randomly pop into my head, and I'm just thinking, friend zone, oh my God. Like, have I just been friend zoned? Wait, when was I friend zoned? Wait, women get friend zoned too. Why do men think that it's just women that get friend zoned? No. The ladies, it happens to the ladies as well. So today we're going to be talking about friend zone, and I have a very good friend of mine who is going to be doing just that with me in just a few minutes time. In fact, the reason why I got him on was because when I put the post out, the responses that I was getting in terms of, you know, women being friend zone and the things that have happened to them, and some of the guys were piping up. His response in particular took me by surprise, and when I put it up, people were very surprised that, whoa, he escaped the friend zone. Yes, he did. So I'd like to welcome and introduce one of my good friends. He is he's a father, he's a husband, he's a great man of God, and he's a talented, bespoke designer for suits. So, gents, if you want to get that fit done, you know, that's customized suit, this is the man who's going to do just that. But anyway, also, I love having conversations about relationships and men with him because he brings the real, and there's never no holds back. So, welcome, Prince Made.
Fantastic. Thank you for that introduction, Lady T.
Was that good? Did I do good?
Oh, too kind. Yeah, you did well.
Yeah.
You did really well. I'll take that.
Love it. Thank you so much for jumping on this episode with me, because I know we always have banter going back and forth whenever you see my post about something, when I'm annoyed or frustrated, my rants. I feel like you calm me down. I feel like you just bring an air of reasoning. Yeah, add some air of reasoning.
I thought I'd make it worse sometimes. I just add salt, pepper, but it's good. I'll take that. If it calms you down, then I'll take that, because sometimes your WhatsApp story is a whole new movie completely.
A whole new movie. I love it. That's so good. No, the reason why I say that is because sometimes when I sound off, the reasoning you sometimes bring, you make it, you bring it from the perspective of how men think about certain things, of what men do and why they do the stupidity that they do at times that drives us women crazy, you know. And I know some of the conversations we've had as well, you've been quite shocked about it. I'm like, because men, I'm sorry, you're one of the few that got lucky, so you're okay. But the ones, your other brothers, they move hella mad, and it's kind of scary. And the things that I go through and some of the women go through, it's a lot. So
it's a different scene nowadays. The 2021 men, that's what I call it. They're a bit different.
It is very different.
Hybrid of free generation merged together, but it's good.
It's crazy. So we're going to talk about friend zone now. This is of course came about, like I said, from one of my WhatsApp statuses that you saw, and I was just like, oh my days, like. This guy, he understands it, he gets it. And I was surprised about your response, first of all, because that caught me off guard. And so I put up a post, like I said, when I started the show, that about friend zone. And I just want to give you the urban dictionary definition of friend zone. And it says a particularly aggravating metaphorical place that people end up in when someone they are interested in only wants to be friend. It is impossible to get over someone while in the friend zone, because as friends you still see them too often for them to be erased from your memory, and yet you cannot be with them the way that you want. So that's what, according to Urban Dictionary, that is what friend zone is, which is kind of frustrating. So I wanted to talk about this because one how you got out of the friend zone, which was pretty good, and what
Yeah.
you did, and I just want to really discuss that because um I think for women being friend zoned, I think men think like women don't get friend zoned, like it doesn't happen
Yeah.
to them, but it actually does. And I know I've been friend zoned. In fact, when I was preparing for this, I remembered like the first time I got friend zoned. Obviously, I'm a lot wiser now and know what it was when I was actually back in high school.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, the friend that friend zoned me, I'm actually really good friends with him now. He's married, and we're like really still close friends and stuff like that. He's married, he's got a baby, beautiful family, everything.
Mm.
But when he did, he was just like, oh, like yeah, we're like, I really like you, but like, I think we're just really good friends, and I'd like to keep it that because like I've really, so he was really nice about it. He wasn't like malicious or anything about it, which is really cool. And I thought that was a gentleman, but I didn't know what that was. So for me, I took that as rejection straight up. I was like, but I like you so much. Like, I see me and you having kids later in the future.
Oh God.
Providing, and you want to know the madness about it?
Mm.
He was actually a Muslim as well. So I was
You're moving
thinking,
different. You move different. You move different. Some of the conversation we've had behind the scene, if I was to start exposing you, you move so different. Literally, sometimes I read your message just thinking, what world do you live in? You move so different.
oh my gosh, honestly, 'cause, yeah. So he was
How are you going
Muslim,
to
but
explain that? Yeah.
how is one going to explain that to my mom? Like, mom, I really like this guy, da, da, da. So what is he? Where is he from? Is he Christian? No, he's a Muslim.
Nah. It's not even
Muskini.
like unbeliever. He's like on the other
The other
side, other side. So we need to first of all re-educate him, get him saved, and then make him believe in Jesus. Like you
Right?
just
I was reaching, fully reaching, fully reaching. But anyway, so that was when I first remembered. Then obviously, I think then it then happened a lot later, in my 20s and 30s, and then I remember in my early 30s, it happened to from a friend, and I was just like, wow, I think I've just been friend zoned. This is weird. But then I laughed about it because I was like, damn, so this is what it feels like to be friend zoned. But I wasn't gonna cry about it because I'm like, what's the point? It is what it is. So
yeah.
for you, let's talk about how. In fact, before I talk about your experience, what type of things do people do to get themselves friend zoned from your perspective?
Um, I feel like with girls get friend zoned without knowing, a lot of the times, and that's because of familiarity. First of all, I think two of the things that people do that get them literally friend zoned. I think familiarity and availability really get that, and lack of what I would call mysteriousness. I'm keeping it real. It's like,
Interesting.
yeah, once that comes in, and because every guy almost wants to feel like they earn something. And sometimes when I try to explain it to a lady, they're like, oh, nah, you might run away, you might go away. I'm like, nah, you've got to keep it like you're not the only person that's talking to me. So why should you have some sort of access to me at any stage of time in life? So it's almost like that aura of you can't get close to me. You have to not jump some hoops, but you have to almost earn the phone call. You have to almost earn the message. But I understand the fear that comes in with the new hybrid of guys nowadays of social media. It's got a lot of sexually explicit stuff. So yeah, if you don't call me, or if you don't see me, then I move on to the next one. But I feel they shouldn't be afraid. But I feel that's my opinion. And the use of language as well. I think once you start picking up use of language, you need to correct it.
Okay.
So that the person doesn't get comfortable using it. And I use that myself an example on the reason how I got out of friend zone is now the person I'm now married is every time she's using certain language, I'm like, no. She will use stuff like, oh, my bro. I'm like, I'm not your brother. I said, I know how many sisters I have, and you're definitely not one of them. So I said that straight up to her. So I shut down the conversation. Wherever we're talking about, oh no, you're my bro. No, I'm not your bro. I'm not. You think I'm talking to you right now because of brother and sister? Literally, that's what I said to her. So she knew my mindset from there on, and things like you my bestie, all the kind of language like that. Anyone who's calling you best friend, all those things like that, you're not really going out like that, then you are getting friend zoned or you're already friend zoned. So, oh, he's my best friend. He's my male best friend, or he's my girl best friend, or you're in the friend zone. So once you start hearing those type of terminology, then address it if you don't want to be in the friend zone. Unless the more they use it, the more they get comfortable using it, the more deeper you go into friend zone.
So really, it's up to the guy to actually open his mouth and say, "I'm not here to be in the friend zone." Like,
Yeah.
so he's got it. So basically, it's up to the guy to speak up and say, "I'm not here to be in the friend zone. I'm not here to be your bestie. I'm not here to." Well, I mean, obviously, you got to be good friends, but I'm not here to be your bro or you. I'm not here for you to be my sister. He actually has to speak up.
Yeah, from a guy perspective, you definitely have to. You have to address it. And I think a lot of guys are afraid of losing the friendship. I would rather lose the friendship. I'll lose everything. Forget it. If while I'm friends with you is it's not because I want to be your bestie. You know, obviously, the bestie is to be in the long-term relationship, not to be the guy you call when something's going wrong with your crush. So I mean, I'm not picking up your call for that. Does that make sense? I'm not picking up your call. Good. Good that he left you. Makes sense.
My turn now.
My turn now. Yeah, I literally address it, and the way I've done that, just addressing the language, the availability, and making sure that when I'm talking to her, I use different tone. I don't use the friendly like, "Hi, how are you? What's your day like all those nonsense like cheat chat." Just go straight to the point. Let's set the tone of the conversation when you're talking to them, so that it doesn't feel too like you're my friend. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like you just guys will know this when you're talking to a girl you like, and she's trying to put you into that friend zone. Remove it. Like literally, look out for the words. I always say the words are the key things for you to address, and let her know the type of woman you like, and is she fitting within that kind of remit as well. And you too, go find out what type of guy she likes and really walk in that how would I say in that, because my wife tried to put me in friend zone. Oh, she tried. I would like
Let's
to.
talk
She
about
did
that.
everything.
Let's talk about
She
that.
did
Let's talk about
everything
that.
possible. Yeah.
Really? So, like, what kind of things was she doing? Because, like, I would like to know, because when you said that, she tried to put me in friend zone, and then I asked you, so, what happened when you tried to? And you said, "Well, she's not my wife," and I was like, "Rah!" I was like, "Okay, sir." So, tell us, so what kind of things was she doing to try and put you in the friend zone? Like, and what then did you have to do to be like, say, "I'm not here to be a friend. I'm
Yeah.
looking for more," and then how did she react to that?
The the context of this is my wife is older than me. If some of you might not know. So my wife is older than by a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So her good friend, yeah, I'm friend with a friend's younger brother. So you can
Okay.
see the dominant dimension of that relationship already. So
Yes.
I'm a good friend with her close male friend.
Right.
I'm a good friend with her close male friend, younger brother.
Mm-hmm,
That makes sense.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So she's already looking at me like, you're my good friend's younger brother friend.
Yeah, and
You
you're
know, it's not
younger.
those way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
and you're
younger.
younger.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing masters, you're still in your first year, second year of uni. It's like,
Ouch. Okay.
it's different
Pulling rank.
dimension. Yeah, so it's not even like that's how she's almost looking at. Oh, that's this guy's friend,
Yeah.
not anything to do with kind of relationship. So I knew I had that battle in my hands already, and I'm thinking to myself, she might be getting attention from lots of guys, guys will be dropping bars here and there to her. So I thought to myself, I'll study her from afar first. So I kind of study how she is, how she interacts with people, things she laughs at. I started asking questions around people around her to kind of see how she is. Then I got closer with calls, not even calls. I think, little conversation here and there. Oh, how are you? And then when she's talking to me, you can see in her face, she's literally looking at my friend's younger brother friend. Literally, you can just tell from my face. And that is the beginning of friend zone, the perspective of how they view you.
Right.
So you could
Okay.
be, that African guy, or you could be that guy that is this. There's a label that's already attached to you, when you are
Without you
approaching
even
the girl
knowing. Yeah.
without you even knowing, oh, that's that serious guy, that's that fat guy, it's not funny, or that, all those kind of things. So
Yeah.
you have to really learn how to get out of that label so that she can really see you for who you are. And then, we just started talking, having conversation. And I think she began to see things she likes about me, but she
Yeah.
still thinks, but that's just a younger brother kind of friends. So hence the reason besties start coming up. I said, I'm not your bestie. I said, I have many brothers and sisters. You're definitely not one of them. She said, okay. And then she started laughing. She started doing all these kind of things. And I just went serious. I deliberately went serious and thinking, you think I'm talking to you because I want a friend? I said, nah. So I went straight serious so that she can kind of get, okay, it's actually not being, then I switch it back up again, being funny again. I just thought, oh, so what do you like then? So it's almost like I dropped the seriousness and I changed the conversation immediately, almost to plant a seed in her mind. Guys have to be smooth with this. That's all I can say.
I was
You
gonna
just
say
have to be
because
smooth
like
with this.
it sounds like you need to have, as a guy, you need to be kind of very smooth the way that you talk it and the way you switch it, because like, let's be honest, some men can be hella the mind games can be really annoying. Like, I've had those mind games played and it is the frustrating thing until like, you know what, I need to stop talking to you because I don't understand you. I'm gonna cut you off. And listen, I think I have the best cut off game ever, and my friends don't like that I do. I'm like, but I don't have the time for that nonsense. They're like, if you're gonna be doing that, if you can't be straight, if you can't open your mouth, let's be friends, or you want to be more or whatever. If you can't open your mouth and say it, I don't need to be talking to you. See you later, deuces, gone, cut off, blocked, done.
Exactly.
But my friends are like, no, but you shouldn't do that. I'm like, no, but I'm not here to waste time. I know what I want. If you can't say what you want or whatever is going on with your situation, or can't be at least transparent about it, I don't want to know. Like, just be upfront. Like, let's just not waste our time and just. Yeah,
I was like that. I think I was very upfront with her. I keep getting the bros. I keep getting the literally every kind of friend zone language you can imagine. And every time I get it, I keep addressing it. And she'll be like, "Oh," she will show me a picture of Lance Cross. "Oh, that's my crush. I want to go out with a man like this."
She even showed you a picture.
Yeah, like when you're getting showed a picture of your crush, you're getting friend zone. I'm telling you now. If you want to know tip number one of friend zone is she's telling you about the crush she has or the type of crush she's going to, like, you're getting that. You're not even friend zone, you're getting to brother zone. You know what I'm trying to say? That's my bro. That's a friend zone, and that's my bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I was just like, nah, God forbid this. God forbid bad things.
Wow, showing you the actual crushes. Nah, that's
like, oh, Lance Chris, dark skin. I'm not dark skin. She's like, oh, he's like, yeah, my husband had to be like 6'4", 6'5". I'm like, I'm not 6'4", 6'5". That's how I was saying it to her. She's saying it. I'm like, I'm not 6'4". So I'm almost putting myself in that position of, I'm not Lance Cross, but I'm good enough for you, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. So then how long did it then take for you to then, for her to be like, okay, you're actually serious. Okay, let's start talking on a more, romantic level. Like, how did that conversation then evolve to that level?
One of the things I used to do, I already operate in that space, but she wasn't.
Right, okay.
Does that make sense? I was already having that kind of conversation, like, oh, days and that. I was just like, I would say things like, if me and you were to go out, I would definitely take you to my parents straight away. Like, I would show you to, like, that kind of conversation. And she's like, well, me and you to go out where? I'm like, you're my pearly, And then she was like, who is your pearly? Like, she was like talking. Like, anyway, you find out. I said, soon enough, you catch up. I would say things like that in conversation.
Yeah.
To let you know, I'm not, this is not your friend you're looking for, your bros or the people. And she would literally not pick up my calls. I would call her like 10 times. She would literally not pick up.
Really?
Literally gave me the hardest heart to catch ever in the world. I mean, like, if I tell you what I went through. So friend zone is not the easiest of things to get out of, but if you know the buttons to press, the conversations to lead, and make sure you're not talking about how was your day, kind of things like, oh, just chit chat. I'm not good at chit chat, so I'm just go straight to the point. What happened in your day today that was very interesting? And she'd be like, this. Then I'll turn into a joke. Then she'd be laughing about it. And I said, oh, so you find me funny? Hope your husband is this funny. That kind of conversation. I'll drop. Does that make sense? I just drop it in. So you see it in there. He'd be like, what do you mean we thought? But I did it in a way that it's not too African uncle trying to go out with someone. Does that make any sense? Them uncle that's just like in your face all the time about it. You will just see different places and things like that. But I think to answer your question, when was the turning point? I think for her, and I think for guys, this is really, really key. If you know you have no chance of getting out, or you've gotten out, depends on this reaction. So I said one day I need to test where she is mentally with me. So I said to her, you know, me and you are having this conversation. It's nice and cool. You know, we're laughing, we're vibing, and all these things. You know, when my wife comes, I need to drop the relationship with her. I need to stop talking to you completely. So I said that to her, hopefully to get a reaction. And the type of reaction I will get will let me know where I stand with her. So I said
Right.
something along that line that, it's great talking to you, but once my wife comes, you have to bounce. I can't have close female friend and I have my wife. I said that's not impossible. So I said it's really great talking to you, even though you're funny. I think you're really pretty. I think you're this. I think you're this. But when my wife comes, you have to go. And she got so annoyed by that sentence. I thought, I've left the friend zone. Does that make sense? I've left the friend zone. Come on. Literally, I want to drop the phone. She dropped the phone on me. I said, come on, help me sing hallelujah. Jehovah answer my well. I was happy she was annoyed. Did she go, oh yeah, that's all right. Me and your wife will be best friend. I'll be crying. You get that? If I get an answer, I'll be like, yeah, game over. The fact that she dropped the phone, she was annoyed. She sent me so many messages like, who do you think you are? Who did it? I hit the nerve. Good. Does that make any sense? I mean, she cares about something that I'm doing that doesn't even exist. The fact that she cares and there's a nerve that I've hit there, it means that she does somehow view me, even if it's just 1% more than friend. Does that make any sense? Because
Wow.
if it's one of my friends as a girl tells me, yeah, I'm getting married to you, I'm gonna stop talking to you. Yeah, cool. Okay, I will catch up on Sunday when I see you. Like I respect that guy because he's your husband, spend more time with him rather than me. I'll respect that. But the fact that I got that reaction that she was a bit upset and she was sending me messages, she stopped picking up my call. I thought, oh, good. I think a nerve. So now I'm to work my way back in. But I know this time there's a bit of interest, even though if she might not even know about it, but somewhere in her mind or in her heart, I've occupied a space that she
Yeah.
enjoyed having that conversation with. So now I need to know what space that is, but I know it's not friend zone. So I was just happy to get that reaction. She was upset. I was laughing in the back. I was laughing my head thinking, Prince, I've left the friend zone. I left the friend zone. I left the friend zone. So that was indication, but it was months and months and months and months of conversations and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But when I threw that at her, then and I got that reaction, I knew I was
So
finished.
when you got that reaction, what obviously you were, jubilating that yes, I'm out. So what then happened? Did she then say something? What conversation then led up to okay, let's give this a go?
I ignored the messages for a day or two. Like, yeah, I did. I did. It's not time for me to pay back time. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm
You're
gonna
so
payback,
mean.
payback. That's exactly what she said. That's exactly what, oh, you're mean, you're so rude. I can never go out with a guy like you. I was just music to my ears because I've hit a nerve. Like I was thinking, because
Wow.
if she stopped messaging and stopped caring, and then that means that I've not really gone that far in her mind. But the
Mhm.
fact that she gets guys' attention, guys talk to her here and there, and she still have time to be messaging me. I've been telling her how rude and all these kind of things. I'll never go out with guys like you. I still remember of that conversation every day. I'm like, remember when you said you didn't like me? He said, oh, you're rude, you're this, you're this. And so I was just happy. I was just, oh, sorry, I missed your messages. That was my reply. And then I started building it back up slowly. Then I went, oh, what are you doing on this day? All these kind of things like that. Then she would deliberately book a time for me and her to go out, and then she would cut it off. Like she was getting me back. Like
Oh, so
I
she'll
know she
book
was
it.
really
So you set a date, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I can't make
today.
it." I'm like,
Oh,
ah,
sorry, something is going on. So
so
because
you
one
guys
of
were
the ways I
playing
did it,
games.
but I knew I was happy with that. You can do that all day because I knew that you liked me. That even though she might be denying it, I thought, yeah, you definitely like me now. So I would get my friend, who's a friend's brother, younger brother. I'm like, oh, let's go visit Pearl. I'd be like, why? She's far away. I'm like, doesn't matter. Just go. I wanted to make a friendly visit. I didn't want it to be one-on-one, so that I don't say something dumb or something stupid
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
everything
yeah, yeah,
falls
yeah.
apart. I want it to be friendly. So I'll be like, so I say, I'll tell him to make the phone call and I'll tell him to arrange the time. And she'll be asking me, "Oh, is Prince coming?" I'm like, "See, my name is even coming up. Like, what's going on here?" So
Dude.
I was thinking, I was thinking, yeah, cool. I'm getting on her nerves, but which is good. And then she would cancel it or whatever. But and then one day, I don't know what happened. We had we meant to meet up for us to really go out. And I hate the word hangout. If you hear let's hang out, cancel that and change it to let's go on a date or let's meet up, whatever it is. Don't go for hangout. That's a High School Musical, You're in Friends song.
Oops.
So I was just like, okay, yeah. So we went out, and when we went out this time, she had a male friend that now came along. I don't know how that happened. Like, I don't know how it happened. So I thought we met up with this guy. I think, yeah, my friend that was supposed to be me, her, my friend was supposed to all go out, but he canceled last minute. I just thought to myself, this is nonsense. Why did he cancel? Because I don't think she'll feel comfortable with me one-on-one yet.
Right.
And knowing how she is, like, she won't feel comfortable when we one-on-one yet. So I thought, I need to get someone to come along. I can almost use as a distraction while I'm really getting my point across to her, so that she feels comfortable. And I don't know how either her or me contact a guy. So basically, there was a guy who was near where we were, and then this guy then came out with us. We went to cinema, and this guy was Igbo. I'm Yoruba, obviously, and my wife is Igbo, by the way. So this guy's Igbo, and then they were getting on like house on fire.
Ah.
Oh, ha ha ha! We all mutual friends talking. I was just looking at her thinking. So I was giving her like looks. Like she would look at me, I just give her some looks and I just look away. And I was just acting like nonchalant. I was quiet. I didn't say anything. I deliberately made it awkward. I'll put awkward silence there. So Prince, what do you think? Just awkward silence back. So that there's something to talk about afterwards. So she's like, oh, so when the cinema all finished and we all went normal, why were you all quiet? I said, well, I thought you finished flirting with the guy. Oh, I didn't know I was still here. Like that kind of conversation. It's not I wasn't flirting with him. I was just talking to him, my brother. I was like, yeah, I guess how many brothers do you have? Am I one of your brothers now? Like that kind of. I deliberately make it awkward. I deliberately made it awkward because I wanted to know where I am. Am I one of your brothers now? Oh, okay, brothers. Oh, okay, cool. But we then went out eventually, and when we went out, we went to Oxford Street, somewhere really public, and then I took her out, bought. I think she said she liked this perfume and bought the perfume. Then we start having a bit more intimate kind of conversation now. Then I can kind of get our reactions, her views. Then I started with her family because that's what she really holds very highly.
Yeah.
We spoke about family very well. And then start talking about things that's close to her heart. Rather than me talking about myself, everything about her. And then I was just like, oh, you know what? My mom would really like you, and stuff like that. Because I've never introduced anyone to my mom. Like, no girl ever met me. He's it. So to show her the seriousness of what I'm thinking going forward. But yeah. I hope that
Wow.
answers all your questions.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. And I guess I think it's just, from what I've gathered, it really is about, I think one is the confidence, two,
Yeah.
what you say and when you
Yeah.
say it, and then just to see the reaction of the woman, like how she behaves to it. Because obviously, if you guys have been talking all of a sudden, you want to, if you as a guy, you want to take it further, but she be doing something that'd be like, no, I'm not here for this. You just have to be, basically, you just got to be upfront about it.
Yeah. You have
Rather
to be
than,
upfront about it.
yeah, rather than like be stringing them along and whatnot. So, okay, so then how do you know when to persist and then when to quit?
Oh, very good question. Yeah, because at some stage you can look like a psycho, or you can
Exactly.
yeah. I think how because Pro told me even when we find out we both like maybe have a mutual interest in each other, still no. No, she's thinking, he's younger, like he's in third year of uni or something, and by the time he gets out, get a job, get it out. So I think she was thinking of that in her head. She was still saying no, no. So I think Pro said no for almost 18 months. Or
18
even more.
months?
Yeah. I think even more than that. We started talking since 2011. Pearl didn't say yes till probably towards end of 2012.
Wow.
Yeah, towards end of 2012.
Wow.
So this wasn't a case of overnight success, by the way. So you can kind of
A long
see like there was a
time.
lot of a lot of conversation, a
Yes.
lot of getting to know. And I think guys, you have to be very interested in the woman, like read what she wants. Like literally, I have a priority of what Pearl likes. I know she likes jamming Dodgers. I know she likes Rabina. She doesn't joke with those two things. So when we meet, maybe even at church, I can be jamming Dodgers and Rabina. Just little things like that. And I'm like, oh, I saw this Rabina. I was buying the Lucas that for you, like Rabina. Oh, that's my favorite drink. I've asked one of your friends, is that making any sense? And I kind of know this is your favorite drink. Oh, you like jamming Dodgers? I hate jamming Dodgers. I don't get it. Biscuit with gooey stuff in it. So I give it to us like, I said, I hate this biscuit, but I heard you like it. That kind of things like that. So it's just little, little things like that you begin to, and I spoke about my vision a lot, even though when I was talking to her, I was sleeping on a 2-seater couch, my auntie's house, living out of a suitcase. And here's this girl, diplomat's daughter, high flyer, traveling everywhere, kind of with family. And here I am from, a village in Djibouti. All I have is a dream with 2-seater at my auntie's house. And I haven't even graduated yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's just one of those, it's one of those things that you have to learn the balance of when to give her space and when to approach with conversation. And when you approach with conversation, leave my cats run over, my dogs go run over, kind of out of the conversation. Go for what's priority for her. Oh, how's your family? How's your mom doing? How's your dad doing? How's your sibling doing? Oh, no, really things that priority to her. Then her education, really talk about it. Oh, what do you like to be in the future? We really, really spoke about it, to really care about her, not what you want out of it. Does that make sense? Because when you start talking about your own motive, then you sound like every other guy. Does that make sense? So, and that's what she said to people. She's, oh, Prince, you didn't really approach me like every other guy did. He approached me from a different perspective. So I really got to know what makes her tick, what doesn't, what she likes, when she likes to have a nap, So I'll be like, oh, have you have a nap yet? Like maybe at 4 p.m. on Sunday, she likes to have a nap. I'll be like, okay, have you have a nap? Yo, I'm going to have a nap now. So at 7 p.m., I message her again. I was a nap. And then we kind of have that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
And then, you get to know her a bit more. And I think that's how, then when you don't, then some days I will not message. I'll leave it for 2 or 3 days just to see, what happens. Oh, so you're ignoring me now, is it? Oh, see, I'm still there. So I'm occupying somewhere in this stratosphere of our brains somewhere. But yeah, I went through a lot before Pearl said yes. Yeah.
Well, good, because you eventually got it. You eventually got the prize.
Oh my goodness! Yeah.
It's like you think about it, you're like, you know what? It was worth it. It was definitely.
Oh man, it was. So. And one of the things I did, because she told me straight away, no sex before marriage, no nothing, no kissing, no touching, no even looking me in the eye, kind of things. Hey. So I had to make sure that every time we meet, I prioritize that to protect that thing she valued. Does that make sense? I did it. It wasn't a put off, because if you're truly my wife, then why would I try to have sex before then? If I truly believe you are. If any guy walks away from you, for a lady listening to this, after you're telling them, no sex before marriage, then he never had the intention of looking to go the extra mile with you. He was just looking to see what you can get out of it and then eventually leave. So you can never keep a man with sex. It's impossible.
Look at that. Thank you so much for that important fact, because I know that there are a lot of women who are going to be listening to this, and if you're a guy and you're listening and you're watching or whatever, like it's very it can be kind of like soul destroying when you tell a guy that you don't believe in sex or you don't want sex before marriage, like this is where you're at, and it's like they listen, but then later on down the line they switch, or straight up they'll be like, oh, that's not me. And then and I think I've talked about this on a number of occasions with you, that a lot, especially when it's a Christian guy, I think it hurts more when it's a Christian guy, because I'm like, Lord have mercy, there's got to be, I'm like, God, there's got to be one, right? There's got to be one.
No, there is.
Appreciate that one that's gonna
I won't lie to you, I appreciated it so much. When she told me that, I was so happy because I was just one of those guys. I don't want to deal with Jimmy. I don't want to deal with Jack. I don't want to deal with Jerry. I don't want to deal with that in our marriage. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be, oh, that's my ex. That's my ex. That's my ex. That's,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter of personality, I would just take that in the wrong way. So the fact that she was telling me she's been abstaining herself, like I married my wife as a virgin, and I was super impressed with that. I was just like, what? I was like, I'm going all the way. Whatever you say we shouldn't do. So every time I go to restaurants, I pay for a third person to be there. Every time we go to cinema, I pay for a third person to be there. Every time we do something, there's always a third. We had a chaperone that a list of 3 or 4 people who will go out on a date with us.
It's
It's a bit
accountability,
awkward,
really,
obviously.
isn't it? It's about being
It
accountable and just
is.
making sure that you're on the right path and not like, and you obviously you set your boundaries and you both respect
Yeah.
those boundaries.
Yeah. And if the guy is not respecting your boundary, I think it's good that he left
Mm-hmm.
because you might be thinking, no, no, another one came and another one left. I think it's good because it would be bad or it would be worse if he did stay and you never respected the boundary. What happens when you get married? It would never respect that
Mm.
boundary of that marriage boundary neither, because it was never, if you think it was your, maybe your sex or whatever it is that got him, you to marry him.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it comes to marriage, and it is worse to have a married person crying than to have a single person crying
Mm.
because it's just a lot more worse, to be
Yeah,
honest with you. So
definitely. Yeah,
I would say to the ladies, if he's acting a bit funny after you told him that, then tell him to pack his bag and
forget it.
jog on.
Like, keep going, keep going. Okay, so how should men deal with being friend zoned or when she says no?
Okay, first of all, no, there are some guys that likes a girl, and I look to the girl, I go, no, bro, your game is not even there. Like, she's
Oops.
Premier League, you're Division 4. Don't push you. Just go pray for God to give you your own Sarah. Like, yeah, it's just different. Like, yeah, because you've got to understand that from ladies' perspective, they're looking for like a covering, a trustworthy person, a reliable, consistent guy, both physically and emotionally. And if you don't provide none of those things, I mean, a lady could even be patient with you, like my wife was, even if you don't have the Ferrari now or the house now, but you have the vision, you have the goal, you
Mm-hmm.
have the drive. You have neither of those things, and yeah, you want a Premier League type of woman, then yeah, dude, she's not for you because she'll be too heavy for you to carry, and your leg needs to be strong enough to be able to carry both of you guys, both emotionally and physically. And
Mm.
then you'd be like, oh, she's too this, she's too strong. Then that's where you hear guys say that because they're not on that level where that lady is. So, guys, first of all, I would say, you know, look at her and go, could that take care of her? You know, just because you want to get out of friend zone doesn't mean she wants to put you out of friend zone. I think through my persistence and through some abilities of things I demonstrated to my now wife, she was able to go, okay, he deserves to not to be in this space
Mm-hmm.
that I maybe have labeled him. You just can't, just because you call her and whisper sweet things between her ears, mean you move out of friend zone. There are some things you need to show, and you need to not only talk about it but actually demonstrate it before you can be unplugged from friend zone into husband material. So it's more than just, oh, I spoke to her. I had to demonstrate to Pro I can take care of her. I had to demonstrate not only financially but mentally, physically. And I understand her. I didn't see the pastor, I didn't see the reverend, I didn't see all those things. I actually saw
Her,
the woman, yeah,
yeah,
her through
yeah, for
all
her,
that.
yeah.
And I think people see her, people see the pastor, they see everything else before
Mm-hmm.
they see her. So that's why I would say the guy needs to be, first of all, emotionally mature to be able to leave that friend zone. And
Mm-hmm.
not only that, you need to learn how to communicate also to her, know how to get through to her, and know, even pray. Do you guys pray together? That's one thing I was doing with her. Once it comes to 10 p.m., I'll say to her, I need to go spend time with God. She's like, oh, why we want to talk? I'm like, no, I want to go spend time with God, because I said, without God, then how am I supposed to lead, a beautiful girl like you? And then this is when we're still talking. And you're like, oh, okay, I'll literally, whatever we were talking about, shut it down at 9:59. And I need to go. And I'll go spend time with God between 10 and 12. And I'll go to bed.
Wow.
And that's how we kept it going. And then she understood, okay, this guy is dedicated to God. So therefore, he's able to also dedicate it to the family.
Yeah.
And she'll be asking me scenario questions like, what if your kids do this? What would you do? What if your wife do this? What would you do? Those type of conversation we were really having. And I think I was able to prove myself in that aspect. And other thing I did, once I said that she had an interest, I actually bought her a promise ring. That's one of the things I did. Yeah, that 2000. As soon as she said yes, okay, me and you are gonna go out, I went out and bought a promise ring, and I made a big deal out of it. I made a big deal out of it. I made a huge deal. I went to her best friends. Me and her went shopping. I said, "What kind of ring would she like?" And they would select the ring, all this, da da da. Look at me. I hardly had any money in my pocket then, but I saved up £300 or so to literally go buy a promise ring, and I took her shopping. Not shopping. We went out to Blue Water, and I set out all the scenes. There was a lake there. It was night. All the lights is there. Hold her by the hands, whisper nice stuff. She was just looking at me thinking, "What's this guy on?" And then I said, "This is the promise ring. I know you said yes, based on whatever condition you put in your mind, but this is my commitment to show you that I'm willing to honor that. That the fact that you've sustained yourself for 20 odd years, the fact that you are willing, you're a godly woman, and the fact that this is at least different things." And I gave her the ring, and I said, "This is the ring to promise that I will cherish those things that you told me you cherish." Wow. And this is to show you how serious I am, that I'm not just one of those boys who's just looking to whisper into your ears. So I gave her that ring. She was shocked, obviously, and I gave her whatever, I think flowers or whatever it is we did. And then ever since then, that's how our conversation then changed. Because then she now know this is not just some guy trying to whisper and trying to talk to me like every other guy. Now she now knows, okay, this guy is serious, and he's positioned himself away from one of those guys talking to me to, he's really serious. He wants to go out with me.
Yeah. Definitely. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, what are the things that women need to look for when they are being friend zoned? Like what kind of talk, what kind of things? Because like you talked about that, what she was doing to you and whatnot, but what should women look out for when they are potentially being friend zoned from a guy? What do you guys think?
I think it's very similar because I've friends on so many, and I think someone will say, "Oh, that girl likes you." I'm like, she's even before she met me, she's friend zone. Like, I think what you need to look for is someone saying, "Oh, you're like a girl version of me, like you're my bro." Basically, that's one of the things you're seeing. Another thing is, what are the ways? Kind of look at them. What are the ways he's looking at you? Is he looking at you like you remind him of his sister, or you remind him of his mom? Somebody said to you, "Or remind me of my sister." You're not even friend zone. You're like sister zone, because he likes the atmosphere get off you because of his sister. So maybe his sister is not around him, so you're like a sister to him now. And that's why I say to myself, I'm like, "Look, you remind me of my sister. I'll be close to a girl because you remind me of my sister, and I love my sister." So, and if I'm using the word sister, me and you ain't gonna be like in that kind of intimate level. We never, because I'm saying, but you remind me of my sister. So if I like you, I like my sister. So that's how I'm thinking in my head. So cut that out. Tell him straight away, I'm not your sister. I don't look anything like a sister, and I don't want to remind you of a sister. That kind of, cut it out. Yeah, the way they even greet you, handshake, that shoulder thing, fist pump, call that out. You don't want any of those fist pump, because you'll mind them now. That's how they see you. And when I'm greeting my sisters that are friends, literally, that's how I greet them. I even do the head nod, I remember I was doing a couple of days ago to one of my friend as a sister. She went, "Why do you do head nod to me?" I said, "What do you mean? What else were you supposed to get?" Like,
you're my friend.
Like, why you do head? I'm like, because that's what I do to my brothers. I will, do that head tilt. That. And ladies as well, don't be afraid to initiate conversations around like relationship, but don't be too full on about it. Mm-hmm. Almost getting his intention from very early stage in terms of, what is he looking for? Where do you stand? Because I've had a few ladies message me going, "Oh, this guy's been hinting to me that he likes me. He makes, marriage jokes and all these kind of jokes." Ask him directly, "Where do I stand with you? Am I your sister here, or are you looking to pursue something?" Put him on that spot to choose A or B, because you don't want to be in the gray area. That's a gray area. It's a friend zone. If you're a friend, fine. You know where you stand. Then you limit that communication. If you know he has an interest, still limit the communication. Let him have. I always say to ladies, not every time he calls, you pick up. But it doesn't mean you don't get back to him, but show that you're not always available just for him.
Hmm.
There is, oh, why are you not picking up my calls or replying back to my texts? Are you my husband? Only my husband have access to have that unlimited access to who I am or what I am. If not, oh God, cut off. Your time is up. That kind of conversation there. And he had to know that, okay, if I'm to get closer, there is a boundary I need to cross.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it protects your heart as well as lady, because then you don't get sucked into, oh, I think he likes me. That I think he likes me, without him telling you. If a guy hasn't told you he likes you, he's your brother. Until he make that statement. No, don't take, oh, he bought me flowers to think he likes me, or he took me out in a restaurant, think he likes me, or he messaged me at 2 a.m., think he likes me. I've done all those things, and I didn't like those girls at all.
So
Not by a
basically,
mile.
if he doesn't say it,
It doesn't
it
exist.
doesn't. Oh wow, damn. Shoot, I got some deleting to
If
do.
it doesn't show the commitment to go, I like you, I would like to, it doesn't exist. It doesn't matter what it does. Calls you at 5 a.m., calls your grandma, calls your granddad, he's the best friend with your mom. Doesn't matter. Because end of the day, we'll turn around and tell you, I didn't tell you that I like you, though, did I?
Damn. Ladies, if you're listening, I think you
Sorry to
know
drop
you,
you
you,
like
you,
that.
you need to start. I think you need to start clearing the clutter from your phone. You need to start clearing
You need
them
to.
ones. Start clearing the
You need
clutter,
to.
ladies. Start clearing the clutter, because man, my spring cleaning is about to be. It's about to be very, very deep for sure. Brutal. But no, it's good. It's good to know these things, because you just don't know, because like I think, yeah, like you said, if a guy doesn't come out and say that he likes you, or even if he messages you, or even if you, like, I don't know, meet up and then whatnot, and nothing happens after that, it's just basically, yeah, it's not really going anywhere. It's like, cool, take it on the chin, it's fine. But until he says something, I guess you just got to go about your business. And man, I've had to learn that so many
Because
times.
next thing you know, he says, oh, I'm proposing next week, do you want to be there for me? You're like, what? I thought we were talking.
Do you know what? I would use the N word, and I was like, are you for real? I'd be like, you can sticking fingers. Sticking fingers. That's what I'm gonna be doing. Sticking fingers, like, you know what? No, bro, no, no, I'm not coming. Go away. So no way. But yeah, it's always a hard one, because I think, obviously, us women, we are very emotionally led. So, when a guy doesn't respond, when he doesn't do anything, when he doesn't reply to text messages, or he messages every now and again, or doesn't say, and like, you kind of have a thing for him, but you're not quite sure if he does. It's just like, okay, cool. Since you're not as responsive, I get it. I've had situations where, like, in the past, I've met, like, I've been talking to someone, we've met, and after that meeting, that's it. And I'm just like, okay, cool. I see where this is going. Fine. Nice to meet you too. I get it. Even if you can't say it, use your mouth to say it. It's like, I'd rather a guy say it than just either ghost or just not respond to text. Like, be a man. Don't be coward about it. Like, come on. Like, for me, just like because for me, I would respect you more if you did say it, and then I'll go off and deal with it, get out my feelings when I'm ready, and then move on. Simple as that. But don't just like be doing this higgy haga or going up and down and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very frustrating. So yeah, ladies, I hope that's helped you in terms of things to notice. Or for if a guy's friend zoning you, if he doesn't reply to your texts, or if he doesn't respond too much, or if he doesn't message consistently. I guess consistency is another thing as well. If he's not.
And his use of language as well will really give it away. But until there's a commitment from his side, don't take any signals for anything. Just take it as an attention. Just take it as attention, but nothing concrete. Yeah, don't build a relationship on signals.
Okay, cool, man. Bro, seriously, this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for talking about this conversation, because it helps a lot, and I think and I hope everyone who's listening or watching this benefits something from it, because being in the friend zone, it's not nice, but sometimes it's a good thing, because the guy can be a jerk, or the girl, on the other hand, could be someone that it was definitely not for you, because it goes both ways. So I hope those tips have kind of like have helped in terms of, you know. But yeah, dude, congratulations to you for getting out of it. I'm being stern. I'm being absolutely stern. Like, nah, I'm not here to be your bro. I'm here for more. So let's change the talk. Let's change the language a little bit, you know. So yeah, thank you so much, man. Like, I really, really appreciate it. You know, it's been fantastic, and obviously you've got a beautiful wife and a beautiful little boy as well, which is amazing. So, like, in terms of like things that you're doing, what are you up to, and you know, how can people keep in touch? You know, the business as well.
Yeah,
I know
business is
that.
busy. Yeah, so business is good. We're just launching our summer range PMB polo, which I'm wearing one of them, if you can see. Wait.
Hey.
Which is, yeah, we're launching it, I think, end of this month, just in time for Father's Day. So Father's Day gift for your loved one out there. And ladies as well, you know, maybe there's a guy you like and his love language is gift. My love language is gift. So I love my wife. I always say to my wife, better get me something. So maybe you like a guy, you're thinking, okay, love language is gift, and you really want to get his attention to, get him something. Yeah, PMB will sort you out. And I'll be able to
Sweet.
give maybe some advice behind it as well. So,
I like that. I like that idea. That is pretty cool. I like that. I like that
yeah.
pretty much. Awesome. So how can people find you know, PMB, the, you know, the bespoke suits and all the other details and social media handles and whatnot?
I'm on at Prince Made Bespoke. So at Prince, so PRINCE Bespoke, all one word, on Instagram. And then, yeah, all our information will be there.
Sweet. Yo, bro, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For
Thank you
being on this episode. It's been absolutely fantastic. Now, guys, if you have any thoughts on this conversation we've had about friend zone, or what's happened to you, in fact, how did you get friend zone? How did you know you were automatically in the friend zone? That's to you ladies, and to you guys as well. I'd love to hear your friend zone stories, or if you made it out of the friend zone, what happened. I'd love to hear it. So, well, until next time, guys, stay blessed.